Thank you, Simon. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Mbonye, as Simon kindly introduced me. I am a cardiologist, and I happen to be a lifelong friend of Cedric's family. Our families have been connected long before I was even born. I'd like to begin to thank Cedric's family, some of whom are still on the way, for the trust they have placed in me to speak today and to share the summary of Cedric's medical journey over the last month. It's an honor and it's a huge responsibility that I do not take lightly. As many of you know, Cedric was deeply loved and remains so. So being called upon to support him during his illness was both a privilege and a heartbreak, especially in the last few days. When I saw Cedric in hospital, he said, "Our baby doc is here, it's going to be okay." Baby doc is what my family sometimes calls me, and it breaks my heart every day that he's not still here with us. What I share now is a summary of his medical story, as objectively, as accurately, and as simply as I can. Our bodies are remarkably resilient, and as a young man and former athlete, Cedric's body managed to compensate for his failing heart for a very, very long time, much longer than most. In the weeks and months before his admission in Kigali, many of those close to him noticed that he was moving a bit slower, he seemed a bit more fatigued, he was complaining of feeling breathless and sometimes had chest pains. But true to his character, always upbeat, always pushing through, he masked how unwell he truly was, both physically and emotionally, until his body simply could not keep up any longer. I remember in the months leading up to this time, he said, "Baby doc, I want to come and see you in your clinic tomorrow." He didn't say why, but he clearly knew that there was something wrong. But as life happens, we get busy. He never came to see me. At the end of April, he collapsed in Kigali, and doctors found that there was a large amount of fluid in his lungs. This was drained to help him breathe. A heart scan revealed that his heart was pumping at a much lower rate than expected. He had heart muscle failure, and he was diagnosed with having severe end-stage heart failure. We knew that this had been going on for a very long time because he had already started to form clots in his heart. He was transferred to Nairobi to Aga Khan Hospital for ongoing care, and it was there that his team discovered the likely cause of his heart failure, an iron overload disorder. The suspected condition was hemochromatosis, a rare disorder where excess iron accumulates in your organs, including your heart, and causes progressive damage. Cedric's iron levels at the time of his presentation were extremely elevated, much higher than most of the doctors had seen before. This condition is very uncommon in our demographic as Africans, and ironically, when the doctors were checking his iron, they were expecting it to be low, which is common with patients with heart failure. Hemochromatosis is a systemic illness with very vague symptoms, with fatigue, significant weight loss, and these symptoms can often go unnoticed until the damage is already done. Cedric's presentation was very unusual. Whereas most people will present with a very high hemoglobin, high blood levels, which would alert doctors to this condition and prompt them to check more carefully, his hemoglobin was always within normal levels, which meant with routine blood tests, this wasn't picked up. The only available treatment was a very harsh medication designed to remove excess iron from his blood. It was a difficult balance, one which we all hoped would give him a fighting chance. Unfortunately, Cedric's heart was already very weak, and shortly after beginning the treatment, he developed kidney failure and later developed liver failure, which his heart was unable to support. For a brief moment, there was consideration of evacuating him to the UK to a facility that could place him on a heart-lung machine as a bridge to a heart transplant, which would be life-saving treatment for him. Unfortunately, that window closed as his condition rapidly deteriorated. At that point, the medical team made a difficult call to bring the family in to prepare for the inevitable. There are few moments in life where the beauty of love and the sorrow of loss coexist so clearly. Cedric's final moments were filled with peace, surrounded by those who loved him the most. He was wrapped in prayer, in presence, and in deep, unwavering love. What gives comfort now is knowing that Cedric did not leave this world alone. He was held by his family, by his friends, and by his faith. And he was fought for by all of us, including his dedicated medical teams. This is how he left us, not in isolation, but in communion, not in despair, but in peace. I would like to thank Cedric's family once again, not only for allowing me the honor of speaking today, but for allowing me to share the details of his medical journey. Heart failure is a very complex case, and it's challenging to manage even the best of medical facilities. Cedric's story is a powerful reminder of the need for greater awareness and better resources to prepare patients and support their families, and to ensure that they get the best care possible no matter where they are. My heart goes out to his family, and my heart goes out to all of you who are here today. May Cedric's soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.